So it's not, I don't think it's one of the technology issue, I think it's one of the structure, organisation siloed issue more than anything else.
Okay, great. So it's about data sets, data management, 363 view. And would you say Hootsuite is a social CRM? Would you call social?
Yeah, one of many, but you know, I've tried to do a taxonomy on all these different tools, and I stopped counting at 120, 130.
Okay, 120, we'll jump to Thomas since he's got 120 investments.
Yeah, I can try.
Defining social CRM, what it is, what you use, how you use it.
But I think it's a phase of development where these tools going. We all knew the old SAP world where they got SAP CRMs, and then we had Oracle, PeopleSoft and all these, and then suddenly Salesforce came up and everybody's now saying, oh, Salesforce or SugarCube and all these kind of things are the newest or most recent developments on the tool side. But I think social CRM is just a lot of small features, a lot of plugins. If you think about Smarter or Reportive and plugins in email clients or even in Outlook in the new one where you got this social network plugins connectors where you just get additional information about the sender of an email or even the recipients of these emails. So I haven't seen the new CRM 4.0 kind of tool set where maybe everybody is looking for at the moment. That's on the tool side, and once as we as an investor looking for it. And on the other side, I think that social CRM is a lot of analytics kind of things. Let it be Hootsuite, let it be this Überview and Viral Hub, I think was one of the latest I saw. So there's a lot of tools trying afterwards what is these customers or these branches are doing and what information can I extract from them to tailor maybe my sales offerings, my support, my products, to tailor it better to these needs of these customers because I gain more information than I had in the earlier days through my talks. So these people, as more communication is going out, as more I can monitor and analyze and use for my benefits. So I think there's a road to go still before we have this social CRM in full-fledged for our usage.
And how many applications would you say there are? I mean, you mentioned half a dozen here. How many different choices of social CRM?
I would say 200 plus if you go from feature to really products.
200 plus?
The smaller things is which they try to gain more information out of social media and the usage, and that's a huge space at the moment.
Do you have a personal favorite?
I use Reportive in my Gmail account, which uses.
Nice.
I am using the Outlook plugin because corporate we do have a Microsoft infrastructure. I'm using Hootsuite and TweetDeck and all these kind of things. Depending on the version, the quality varies a little bit. So after the next release, maybe you have to switch the tool again. But that's a good thing in Twitter because you have your streamlines, your timelines, your user you're following. So that's more or less moving over. It's an early market. We have to switch and change the tools we're using.
How old would you say it was, social CRM? How long would you say it's been around?
In the early days, I think 4 to 5 years already. We knew the smaller parts, but this is still an early market. We will see it for the next 5 to 10 years at least developing in rapidly and in more broader space before the first consolidation is taking in.
Okay, good. Brilliant, thank you. GPG?
Yeah.
Social CRM, EMI?
Yeah, in the context of EMI, I think for us, like CRM is really about building and improving the relationship between our artists and our fans. So our artists being more or less our brands. We have thousands of different artists, thousands of different brands. Our CRM was really, I guess, focused on email marketing and mobile. On the other side, we are also, of course, very active on the social networks, and we have the chance to have like billions of fans of our artists everywhere. And for us, the idea is really to sort of gather the two activity together. So I would say this email marketing, this idea of building a unique view of a consumer with data coming from a lot of different sources, and gather this with our social activities, so we can basically collect, use data from social networks, and add this data, add these insights to our consumer and our fan view, and build this comprehensive view of our consumer. What is really important, I guess, about social for us is really that it's all about advocacy. It's really about that. It's about the fans that are actually becoming the ambassadors of our brands, of our artists, for instance. So it's obviously very important. But the main challenge is that today, all these billion of fans, they are still sort of anonymous in a way that it's difficult for us to build a one-to-one relationship, like what we can do through email marketing, for instance. It's not really easy or possible for us to build this personalized and this one-to-one relationship on the social level. And we are sort of finding a way to change this and to improve this today.
So it's about artists and fans.
Yeah.
Do you have a personal favourite that you use?
So, in the EMI context, we actually are working with Neolane, that is really building the.
Say that again?
Neolane. They are actually a booth here.
I can't hear what you're saying.
Neolane. It's a CRM platform.
Neolane.
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 Yeah.
Leo. Neolane.
Neolane.
That's the H.
Yeah. So they are really, in this context, they are really helping us to build this comprehensive view, I would say, of our consumers coming from different channels, including social networks.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you. Lars, social CRM, Tibco.
Yeah, so my background is in internal social networks, so my view is a bit different, although I don't think it really contradicts what's been said so far. But I see social CRM as the function where you are able, using social technologies inside the company, bringing in the customer insights that are generated from those parts of the business where you're facing the customer, bringing it across, sharing it across the business, so to product development, to product support, and so on, making it easy to process a lot of insights, making it easy for the right people to have the right information about the customers, thus becoming more of a customer-focused business. The other aspect where I've seen social networks internally help with the CRM is where you highlight events that are happening in your background customer systems, and you're able to manage exceptions much better because you actually use social dynamics of getting the right people to collaborate across silos to help solve problems for customers, to help get the right services to customers at the right time.
So it's about information and time.
It's about information and time, and it's about the entire company being as close to the customer as possible, because you break down the distances, you break down the access to information, you get it, and this is where you have the concept of the edge that is facing the customer. You want to bring the middle as close to the edge as possible.
Right. Information, time, intimacy. Lisa, you've got to beat that now. Your definition of social CRM and how you use it and why.
Well, I guess the broadest definition of social CRM would be, I guess, the ability to reach out, to engage, drive loyalty, and then ultimately deliver customer service to your customers through social. I think that different companies have different challenges, and the ideal of actually joining up in one customer view, a customer's social activity, and I guess their intimate customer data. That's something that I think we're quite a long way away from. And realistically, for a bank, it's very hard to align the two, where one's very public and the other needs to be very secure and very private. I think social CRM is about using social media where it can play a role in the customer relationship that potentially other types of communication can't do. So a good example of that would be what we're doing with the younger age of the market at HSBC, where for someone of my age, email is a natural place for me to communicate with a brand and with a service. For younger people, social media is their natural world, and so we deliver, for example, email marketing to our customer base, but with our youth audiences, all of our customer service is driven through Facebook instead. So for us, it's about kind of using social where it's the natural place for our customers and where we can build a relationship and add value through that platform.
That is highly tweetable. For the youth, social media is their natural place. Somebody tweet that, would you? What's your Twitter ID? Lisa J. Walker. Brilliant. Put that against Lisa J. Walker. That's pretty good. Not a bad start. Not a bad start. Questions from the audience. Social CRM.